Hey everybody, I am back for more homework help. Today we'll talk about the 7-4 practice. This is tonight's homework. It doesn't mean just copy, it is important that you give these a try. We're starting on page 14 for the 7-4 practice. It just says to find the length of each segment. So we talked about earlier in this video, let me just go back up and point this out. If these are parallel, then these parts are proportional, okay? So, where am I going here? Here we go. So if I'm looking for DG, I can say 32 over 24 equals 40 over x. All right, because these are parallel, I can say that. And then you just cross multiply from there. So 32x equals 24 times 40. Normally I'd have this written down, but my key is at work and I cannot go there. All right, 960, and then divide both sides by 32. $30. So DG equals 30. Okay, same thing here. All right, we're looking for RN, just that spot right here. So again, 8 over 5 equals 10 over x. So we have 8x equals 50, and we cross multiply. 6.25. If you're good with proportions, this chapter is pretty easy for the most part. Okay. So see on the next one, see if these are, it wants to know if they are parallel. So set it up. 90 over 72 equals 67.5 over 54. Go ahead and cross multiply and see if those are parallel. If you get the same number, you're good. You could also simplify to the ratio, but I think it's easier just to cross multiply. Okay, when you cross multiply, you do get the same thing. So 90 times 54 gave us 4,860, and 67.5 times 72 gave us the same thing. Oh my gosh. So we thought the smartboard was bad. This is just as bad. All right, so that means TU and RS are parallel to each other because their sides are proportional. Okay. This is the other thing that we talked about in the homework, the triangle bisector theorem. So if an angle's been bisected, the side opposite one angle is proportionate to the side opposite the other angle. So let's see what I mean here. So I can tell that these are the same because of the markings. So when I look at this, x minus 2 corresponds to x plus 1. Okay. And x minus 2 is on the same triangle as 12. X plus 1 is on the same as 16. And then once you have it set up, go ahead and cross multiply. I'm going to go with the bigger variable over here. So 16x, and 16 times negative 2 is negative 32. And then 12x plus 12. Because again, you want to distribute. I'm going to subtract my 12x over. If you set it up the other way, you'd be moving the 12x to the right-hand side, and that's okay. So 4x minus 32 equals 12. Add 32. 4x equals 44. Divide by 4x is 11. Now, it wants us to find the length of the segment, so I'm not quite done. So QR is going to be 11 minus 2, which is 9, and RS is going to be 11 plus 1, which is 12. And there's your two answers. Okay. Let's take a look at 8 and 9. See if you can get it set up. I'm going to pause the video and do the same, and then we'll take a look and see how you did. Okay, let's see how we did. So on this first one, it was looking for LK, KL. So I did, because these are parallel, I can see the markings, 6 over 4 equals, so I did top over bottom equals top over bottom, cross multiply. If you set it up a little differently, when you cross multiply, you should still get 6x equals 32. Divide by 6, I got 5.3 repeating, or I just hit math, enter, change it to a fraction. Over here, in order to find xz, the first thing I had to do is I said, okay, well, if this is 30, this would have to be 12 in order to add up to 30. So then I did 12 over 18 equals x over 30. Again, I can do that because they're parallel. Cross multiply and divide to get x is 20. So xz is 20. Okay, this is an old regions question. Again, a lot of times above it is giving you information you can already see in the picture, and the question is after. So it tells you that angle GRS, so this guy right here, which is already marked, is congruent to ART, which is right here. And then it gives you these values. Which triangle similarity statement is correct? All right. Well, notice it says by angle. I don't see any other angles, and there's no parallel lines, so it's not going to be that one. Okay. So it's either going to be by side, but again, look at, there's only two sides given. It's not side. So it's either going to be they're similar by side, angle, side, or they're not. Well, we already have the angle. Well, now we need to figure out if the sides are proportional. So I'm going to do 36 over 15, and I want to see if that's the same as 45 over 18. So 36 over its corresponding side and 45 over its corresponding side. And you can either cross multiply or simplify, totally up to you, either way. So if you did 36 divided by 15, math, enter, we get 12/5. 45 divided by 18, math, enter, 5/2. They are not equal, so the two triangles are not similar. If they were, they'd be similar by side, angle, side. Again, you could have just done the cross products, and if the numbers are the same, it's similar, which again, they're not going to be. Okay, so this is going back a little bit. B is the midpoint of AC. Let's draw that. So AC and B is the midpoint. Pictures help. A has coordinates 1, 4. B has coordinates 3, -7. Find the coordinates of C. Now, a lot of times, if it's the midpoint, you just add them and divide by 2. But you're looking for this other side. So figure out what you do to get from your x to your x. We'd have to add 2. So 3 plus 2 is going to give me 5. And then do the same for your y's. To get from 4 to -7, we'd go down 11. So -7 minus 11 is going to put us at -18. So there's your coordinates of C. Could also use graph paper. All right, another review question. The famous portrait of the Mona Lisa is 30 inches long and 21 inches wide. Janelle has a refrigerator magnet of the painting. That's 3.5 centimeters wide. What's the length of the magnet? Well, you could sketch a picture if you want. I'm not even going to attempt that. There's my Mona Lisa. And here's the magnet. Well, I guess she wasn't really smiling, but that's okay. So 30 inches long and 21 inches wide. The 3.5 is the width of the magnet. You're looking for the length. So set it up. 30 over x equals 21 over 3.5. Again, maybe you did 30 over 21 equals x over 3.5. If you set it up differently, that's okay. It's the cross products that need to be the same. Because there's multiple ways to set this up. But, so 30 times 3.5. 105 divided by 21. 5 centimeters would be the length of the magnet. And it makes sense, right? 30 is a little bigger than 21. 5 is a little bigger than 3.5. Good to go. All right, and the last one for today's practice. In the diagram, triangle ACD is points B and E on sides AC and AD respectively, such that BE is parallel to CD. Okay, out of all of that, BE is parallel to CD. So I know that these two parts are proportional to these two parts. All right, this we gotta go at a different approach. Okay, so it wants to know AE. Now, if you want, you can set it up. This is kind of going back to the second section. They're parallel, so we know that they are similar to each other, clearly not the same size. So let's look at this little guy. We're looking for AE. On our little triangle, and we have this side of it. On our big triangle, we have AD, which is 18, this whole side right here. And this whole side of the big triangle would be 4.5, right? If we add the 1 and the 3.5. So now it's a much easier problem. So I'm just going to do 1 over its matching side equals x over its matching side. And again, maybe you set it up differently. Maybe you started with a big triangle. That's fine. Just be consistent. So we have 4.5 times x. 4.5x equals 1 times 18. And then all we have to do is divide by 4.5. And again, this is an old Regents question. This is the type of thing you're going to see. Don't make it harder than it is. All right, separate your triangles and go. So x equals 4. To the nearest tenth, we don't need to round. So 4.0 would be technically to the nearest tenth. All right, so your next video will be after your quiz. We are going to pause and do a quiz. Your quiz is going to be on section 7, 1 through 4. And I'll make this video for you for later in the week. There will be a quiz review. Everything's going to be on Google Forms or quizzes just to make it easier since I can't be there and I know some of you can't be there. If you have questions, email me or stop by the math lab. Have a great day.